Hey guys, okay, so I finally fixed my toxic relationship cycle forever by changing this one thing. So, if you are in any type of toxic relationship, and really quickly, I do want to just define what toxic means because I think in today's society it gets a very bad rep and we throw it around referring to anything negative. And I just want to clarify that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. This is all just from my own experience. And this, of course, does not apply to people who are in physically abusive or harmful relationships. So if that is you, please stop watching this video. This does not apply to you. This video is really applying to anybody who's in any type of unhealthy relationship. So you would know that would be you if you're feeling constantly anxious in your relationship, like you are walking on eggshells, like you're afraid to be your authentic and true self. Maybe you're overthinking every interaction, every text message, every conversation that you have with your partner. Maybe you've tried to express yourself to your partner, your needs, and you feel like nothing ever changes. So you might be feeling frustrated, sad, confused, burnt out. So if this is you, this video is for you. And I want you to know that I have been there before for years. And it's a really, really horrible cycle. It just completely beats down on your self-worth, on your energy, on your happiness. And I'm here to tell you that you can change that. And it's not as difficult as you think it is. So this is the solution to changing this cycle of toxicity, of negative relationship behaviors and patterns, but it's something that most people don't want to hear, but everyone needs to hear it. And that is that it all begins with radical responsibility. So this is a tough one, guys, but we are so quick to blame our partners in our relationships. And this is not to say that our partners are innocent and they are perfect and we are the bad ones. Not at all. But at the end of the day, we truly can only control and change ourselves. We can't change our partners no matter how hard we try, no matter how many times we tell them, no matter how many times we get mad at them. We can't change them. Their healing, their behavior, that's all up to them. And the only thing that we can do is change ourselves. So it starts with radical responsibility. And what that means is looking internally and asking yourself, how am I aiding in these toxic patterns? I think it's so easy to blame your partner first, but we all always have a role all the time. It's really, really hard to admit it sometimes, but we do. So it's a hard truth. And ultimately, your soul attracted this person to you for some reason. So that means that there's something in you that you need to heal, and this toxic person or partnership is bringing that to the surface. So it's super important because if you don't learn the lesson now and you don't heal that part of you now, it's just going to show up again and again and again in your next relationship. So ultimately, this relationship is an invitation from you to heal what you need to heal. And by doing that, that allows your partner to heal as well. So how do we do that? How do we heal? We do the inner work. We get honest with ourselves. We look in the mirror and we ask ourselves, what do I struggle with? Where do I need to improve? There's an exercise that has been completely life-changing that I want to share with you. So if you asked 3 people, and it doesn't even have to be 3 people, it could be 1 person, it could be 2 people, but go ask a few people who love you and know you deeply. Ask them what it is that you need to work on in this lifetime. What is my biggest weakness? So I asked my sister, I asked my partner, and it's truly been so life-changing. It's sometimes so hard to see what it is that we need to work on. But when you hear it from somebody who knows you and you hear it from somebody who cares about you, it's very eye-opening and it gives you a lot of motivation to want to go and heal that thing. So how else do we do this? Who is your highest self? What does that version of you look like? I want you to write out in detail how that person is. Get familiar with her and then act like her now. So maybe for me, I'll give you an example. So for me, something that I struggled with a lot in my relationships was getting very angry and very reactive very easily. So my highest self, my best version, she stays calm no matter what. So I wrote this down and then I started to act like her right now. I simply assumed the identity of her right now. So how would your highest self react when a conflict arises or when you get into an anxious spiral? Literally replay that mentally in your head. And then the next time it happens, force yourself to show up. It may feel like you're acting. It may feel fake, but sometimes you really do have to fake it until you make it. It does take time. It takes consistency. It takes practice. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but over time, it really does work. And you start to heal those parts of yourselves that have trauma that may not be perfect. We all come with baggage in this lifetime and it looks different for everybody. And so focusing on what it is that you need to heal and taking radical responsibility for that is incredibly important. Why is it important? Because when you clean up your side of the street, you allow your partner the opportunity to do the same thing. So this doesn't mean that every person you're with, every partner can always meet you there. This does not mean that your partner is going to be capable of healing his or her toxic parts. But when you take radical responsibility and you heal your toxic parts, maybe toxic is also the wrong word here, maybe your unhealed parts or your traumatic parts or your problem areas, when you heal those parts of you, what's meant to be in your life will become very obvious. Someone who's not aligned will just fall away. And that's ultimately going to be a huge blessing. Someone who is aligned, when you heal yourself, they will be able to step into themselves, their highest selves, their best selves. So ultimately, no matter the outcome, no matter if that person is able to meet you at a higher vibration, at a higher level, you will have set yourself up for successful relationships in the future to come. So that's really what it comes down to, guys. If you have a toxic cycle going on with a partner, if there's just something that keeps going on and on, if you're feeling anxious, I want you to look internally and take radical responsibility. Ask yourself where it is that you need to do healing. And I promise you, the rest will just solve itself.